And there are what people like to call Easter eggs hidden around in most scenes.
Yes.
And one of the things that I take a lot of enjoyment out of is seeing if David can pick up on what they are in any particular given scene. And I'll say to him, so, in this cafe, there is a very obvious reference to whatever.
Yeah.
And then David has to
I have
guess.
contact lenses and sunglasses on. I see very little.
There are so many weird little Easter eggs, and some of them are things that will refer back to season 1. For example, the pub over the road is the Dirty Donkey pub, in which, in season 1, Crowley had his meeting in the back room of the pub, and we saw the inn sign then. We're actually going to get to visit the pub once more, but now we're going to discover that it's literally over the road from the bookshop.
I can hardly create anything without burying a lot of history in it. I've got Easter eggs, and I don't believe that the fans will find them all anyway. They might find connections.
Well, I think for anyone who's looking for little hidden gems and Easter eggs, as they call them, and this series is absolutely riddled with them. They're kind of everywhere. I don't think there's a scene where there isn't something in there for the eagle-eyed to spot.
There are so many things for the fans to look forward to. And here we are, we're sitting outside a Zero Fails bookshop on the Soho set. This in itself is a massive tease. It's a massive tease. The whole time I'm looking around, harvesting in my mind what I might be able to procure for our collection. All of which one day we want to put into an exhibition, obviously.
I think they should look very carefully at the cemetery in the episode when we're in the Scottish cemetery in Edinburgh, because the tomb and the gravestones have a lot to offer. That's all I'm saying. The pub, there is some buried stuff in the pub that isn't so buried. If you're looking in the background and you look at some of the architectural detail.
In the pub set, in the Dirty Donkey, there are 2 paintings hanging above fireplaces that are Easter eggs.
There is a portrait of Terry Pratchett. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And Agnes Nutter as well, of course, she's there. Agnes Nutter is the witch that the Book of Prophecies from the first season wrote. And sort of all of the first season is based around her prophecies coming true, not coming true, and her being enormously accurate, nice and accurate, in fact.
In the record shop, there is some, if you look carefully in the record shop, every single time we're in that record shop, there's something new that changes. So it's worth looking and finding that, where that is and what that is.
One of the places where Douglas and I, sort of the Venn diagram of Gaiman and McKinnon intersects, is our love of Powell and Pressburger. We're hoping that each time you visit the record shop, there will be a different Powell and Pressburger poster visible on the poster rack.
There's a little Easter egg I can share with you. I have a T-shirt with Lou Reed's face on it, and that is a little ode to Neil Gaiman, who loves Lou Reed.
There is little pair of red shoes dangling in the doorway, which is a reference to the Red Shoes, which is a Powell and Pressburger film. There's lots of graffiti, which is part of the decor of the shop. So there are quite a few names and references to various people in there. There are also some magazines from the Atlantia, the magazine that Adam reads, that Anathema gives to Adam. That's in the coffee shop.
If you work hard, you'll be able to see a nun playing table tennis, which we didn't quite get to in season 1. In Hell, there is a very particular Easter egg that is really, really hard to spot. We've got Reece Shearsmith, who, as well as being a member of the League of Gentlemen, also co-creates Inside Number 9. So he sits at his desk in Hell under the Number 9 sign. So that's a very particular Easter egg for certain people. Probably just Reece, actually. It's trying to just give the fans even more fun, just make them feel that we care about everything.
I think it may be a clue.
We dressed John Hamm as a bit of a homage to Ronnie Barker in Open All Hours. If you look very closely at the pattern for his waistcoat, you'll see that there's the Gabriel flower and there's halos. So there's little hints to who he is really within the pattern. Being Scottish, I can't help but always have a little bit of a nod to the Scotland in there.
One of the earliest things we spoke about was getting a local mill to make the tartan into fabric, and then that fabric is in little snippets of Muriel's costume. It's in her pleated skirt and the buttons.
Everything is meant, so there isn't a single prop or a single bit of costume that hasn't been thought through.
Just be eagle-eyed and it will reward you.